everything you thought about rotation is probably wrong. Why do I say that? Because I see students come to me every single day and how they're trying to rotate, how they're trying to get this look like they see on TV from their favorite pro is 100% wrong. It's costing them in length, distance of their shot, compression, low point, so many issues because of this one misrepresented move that they see on TV, but they don't understand how it got there. They don't understand how Rory looks like this in impact, and every amateur, pretty much, they look at themselves and they're like this, standing up, hips still facing the ball. Hi, I'm Eric Schulberg with EJS Golf and the Science of Better Golf. Hang with me today because I'm going to teach you what true rotation is and why you really want to learn this, because this is power. This is really true powerful stuff. What I see mostly in the golf swing is this, is a regular amateur will go up and they go, okay, well, I look at video and they show Rory, he's like this, so I'm going to go to the top, and they go, like they do this thing if they try and spin out. That's called spinning out. So what happens is, first off, most amateurs get on their back foot, they're way back on this back foot trying to start their downswing from here, okay? So from here, they're already in trouble, okay? It's going to be almost impossible to get back over this way to do what we want to do in our golf swing and get the rotation we want. That's got to be number one fix. We cannot be on our back foot right here and expect to look like this in impact, okay? It's just never going to happen. We need to be, if we're going to shift off the ball, and I'm looking at a mirror, you'll notice I'm always looking at a mirror in front of me. I have one on the side. If I were to shift off the ball, let's just say an inch, inch and a half or two like that, which I measure on Sports Box, motion to coach. If I go like that, that's going to be it. From there forward, you notice how my body is moving. It's going boom. Now it's going more towards the target, not this way, and then keep going, okay? That does not work. You'll never get this like you want it, okay? How do we get this rotation like we want? Let's try to understand it. If I go like this, that's just spinning out. This is doing absolutely nothing for my golf swing, and it's actually causing most people a ton of problems. I see this so much when they come and see me. They go here, and I see this. They do this for the hips, and they wonder why this club comes flying out like this. I can't stop it unless I do some really weird wrist angle stuff. But once this pelvis, right away from the top, goes like this, look how it just throws everything out. We call this the engine. We're going to follow what this does right here, this pelvis. So if we don't want this thing coming right out, we don't want to open these right away. That's secret number one, okay? Don't open the pelvis right away. All good players that have tons of rotation, the pelvis stays closed much longer than you would think, okay? So if we look at it, even if we think about how Rory does it with his driver, he goes up, and if you notice that his back pockets almost go like this towards the target. He's like, here. He kind of sits into it like that, and then he'll start going, okay? But notice how he got forward while this stays closed. It's not like I go up here, I get open, and then try to get over here. It will never work. So he's closed much longer. And why is that important, okay? In order to use these hips properly, to get them clear out of the way and use them for what else we need to do, then I have to use the ground correctly, all right? So I want to create some things that happen in my swing that allow me to get like this, right? If I am using the ground correctly, I can push back and forth this way, and that's what's going to clear my hip out this way. Boom. So when I push from toe to heel here, look what happens. Now, when can that happen in the golf swing? It has to happen once this knee, if I keep my head like right here, if you notice my knee is, this angle may not be perfect, but the knee's over my toe. Anatomically, I'll try to put the camera right here exactly. Anatomically, now I can push up and back. Okay, so if I do my swing, I'm like here and I get that way. I have pressure right now in my big toe and kind of right here in the heel. And now what I can do, since I'm in this good position, I can push up. It'll feel like a little bit back, but look what's happening to my hip when I do that. Look at my lead leg is straightening. That's secret number 2 and 3 combined within that one, okay? So number 2 is the push back secret, boom. Here, that gets us open. But what do we get out of that is so cool? The braking force, okay? So when I measure hand speed in golfers, and most of the amateurs have near the same that I see, that are decent level, have nearly the same hand speed as professionals. And I'm measuring from here to here. They get up to 22, a lot of them 19, 20, 22, 23, from here to here. But here's what happens. It goes 22, 21, 20, 19, 20. Okay, we watch a pros, what happens is it goes 22, then it starts slowing down 2019, and then like 17, 10, 12, or go like 12, 10, like here, slow down a ton. So it slows down a ton in here. Why does that happen? And you can't make this happen. Like, you're not gonna think about it, we don't have enough time. It's gonna happen because my braking force of my lead leg. So when I go here and I push back, when this leg, boom, kind of snaps like that, and I have this club here, that's when I get the massive angular momentum right there. And so the hands are slowing down to allow this and the handle's kind of coming up that way. This is why this is so big to me to figure this out, and all amateurs having this wrong are losing out on so much power. So don't get caught up in looking at Rory and go, he's just spinning out. There's a very big reason he's doing. He's getting into this lead side. Notice I'm on the lead side. Most amateurs never get to the lead side. They're back here. They're trying to start their downswing from here. You can't ever get there from there. I can't be more clear with that. Feel like when you get to the top of your swing that you are recentered back where you started, and some of you are going to feel like you have any more pressure as move to the lead side. You can do it either way. Now you can be the golfer that just pivots right over the center, kind of like that, or you can be one that kind of shifts off and goes like that. It doesn't matter how you do it. The point is, it matters getting back here, okay? I can't be back here trying to get that spot, okay? Let me give you a way to work on this and really get the feel, okay? One of the best ways I feel like getting it is just getting up here. We're gonna take real long little swings. We're gonna put this foot back here, but this knee is gonna go straight out. Don't let it come in. And so the ball's gonna be really well forward, okay? And we're not gonna hit this hard, you're gonna see this. But the point of this is I'm gonna swing up, this knee's gonna come like this, I'm gonna feel my big toe, okay? And when I start down, all I'm gonna do is feel this thing push back. And at that same time, this club's just gonna travel down kind of the path really slow, and I'm just gonna try to rotate a bit through it, okay? That's it. So we're really just trying to feel, what does that push feel like back there? All my weight's gonna be on this lead foot, so I can't go hard. I don't wanna go hard, because I really wanna concentrate on some balance with this. So it's just gonna be a real little shot, and I just want you to get up. Notice how my knee goes straight out over it, and then I just wanna feel balance of going, boom, I'm pushing toe to heel, and kind of feel it a few times. You can go on the third one if you want, kind of like that. I would hold the finish a little longer than I did in form, so you can kind of see how you did, because what I don't want is anybody doing this. Let's work on a couple things at the same time. Pushing back and going something like that, okay? I don't want to see this flip over, okay? I want to see the rotation where we're like this, okay? Meaning feedback components that I have with all my coaching when we do this. So I come here, notice the knee, I push back. And when I push back, I come through, and notice how I finish. The hands are over here, club head's still out there. I didn't go like that, okay? Remember, we're trying to focus on what the body is doing, okay? When you're practicing going for these feedback components that I mentioned and trying to do this, you're not focused on what the shot is, okay? You're focused on what is the body doing and learning what this feel is. You know, do it with your eyes closed and try to feel it. You go, what do I have to do to get this feel? This is going to improve so much for so many of you when you learn to do this. Those of you cast, get everything way back here, you won't feel that anymore. Your hands will get more in there, you'll be more in sync, okay? But this is how we rotate in golf, okay? This is how you can end up like Rory like that, okay? So work on those components, work on this drill. I have a bunch of other drills, but I want you to start with this to feel this and really get used to this first before anything. And remember, it's not a race. There's no professional. In fact, I'm gonna go farther than this. I've never taught a good golfer, and I'll say good golfer, let's just say 5 or handicap or under. I've never taught anybody that became that golfer by ever focusing on what their hips were doing. I see a lot of people come to me and their major focus is hips. They already blow the ball way to the right and they say they think they got to do this more. Well, they're going to go further to the right, okay? This isn't what we're thinking about in golf, okay? Do it in your practice swing. Figure out what this move is, but we're moving in a certain way, allowing us to do this. And when we get this move down, you're going to get much more power and you're going to be happy you did it. Hey, thanks for watching. My name is Eric Stoller with EJS Golf and the Science of Better Golf. Please leave a comment down below and let me know what you struggle with. And I also want to know what have you heard about rotation? Like, what is your thought of it? What have you been told on YouTube about rotation? So you get up here and what makes you think this is it, or what have you been told? And I'd love to hear that and read it, and we can go through it together. I'll respond to every comment.